very much in favor of the counting of points.
Does it work for you? No.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Run Through, your favorite figure skating podcast, where we talk about all the things that make us kiss, make us cry, and immediately get the norovirus as soon as the World Championships are over.
I knew you'd say that. I'm podcasting horizontal in bed.
You look great
And
doing it.
If you can hear the tone of my voice and you think, wow, she sounds like shit, guess what? I feel even worse.
Welcome to the show, Ashley Wagner.
I actually...
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. The joke that you made at the live show that I'm never on this podcast is the reason why I'm here today.
You almost failed.
I almost failed. And I was like, no, I can't let Sarah be right.
No.
Well, you're going to get your revenge next week when I'm on vacation and you can do an episode without me.
Yeah, that I have a lot to catch up. I have a
Yeah.
lot of catch up to do, so.
I actually have something that might make you feel better, all of you.
Okay,
Please.
tell us.
It's the draft results of the World Championships.
I forgot we haven't talked about that yet.
No, we haven't.
I don't know what happened, but I'm assuming because of the tone in your voice, I won.
Okay, well,
Because it's incredulous.
well, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like you get a little empowered
Didn't you have
by
at
how
least
badly you do.
two draftees, Ashley, that missed the free programs?
Now, wait,
Probably.
Sarah.
Did
Sarah,
I
Probably.
also? Maybe I did.
I want to start this out with, okay, I want to say this. I don't really want to start like any shit on the podcast.
Okay.
But I am gonna say
I'm
something
scared.
because as they say on Temptation Island, I have to be true to myself.
Oh my God, that show is so bad.
And
It makes me not
Ash-
trust men.
Actually, you weren't around, and Sarah, I'm sorry that I have to do this, but Sarah did say behind your back, Ashley, I think Ashley had 2 did not qualifies.
Wait, I
And
just
I-
said that to her face, too.
But I felt it behind my back. I
She
felt
felt
I
it.
said I
it.
didn't.
I felt the tickle.
Wait,
I said I didn't
wasn't I
wanna start
also
anything.
saying to you, Adam, like that you almost had multiple DNQs? Or you definitely had a DNQ in pairs.
Oh, I'll get there. Wow. Oh my gosh. I didn't even finish what I was saying, and you're so defensive. This is
Yeah,
another kind
because
of
you're
thing.
saying you're starting shit.
Well, I'm gonna end it now. Because so, did anyone have a DNQ? Yes, they did. People did have DNQs. And what I loved about the World's Draft is that we chose 5 of each discipline, which
Yes.
really, I will say, makes the draft way more interesting.
Does
Yeah.
it?
Incredibly interesting.
Because you can't
Because
avoid.
people aren't qualifying.
Yeah.
Yes, you can't avoid
You can-
catastrophe.
Yeah.
No, I guess you can't avoid it. You're right.
Now, who couldn't avoid catastrophe the most? That was Sarah.
Damn.
Oh no, what happened to Sarah?
What
Well,
happened to
Sarah-
Sarah?
So, now there were DNQs kind of across the board. Ashley had 1. I did have 2 DNQs. But what really hurt Sarah was that she had 2 DNQs, but both in the women's event.
Oh no.
What?
Now,
Who
she
So
did
you
did
I
come out.
choose? Didn't I
You
also
chose-
choose world champion Alyssa Liu? Do I get credit for that?
You do get credit for that, but it
Gubanova.
kind of goes out in the wash when you choose Ah Soon Yoon,
Oh
Damn.
no.
who
Damn.
went right back to Boston Logan Airport as soon as that program was done.
Oh my God, that was brilliant. Oh my God.
I just thought
How
of
long
that
have
right
you
now.
been planning that joke?
Literally 2 seconds.
That's so good.
My mind, I was panicking. My mind was racing with how do I make it sure?
That is very funny. Very funny.
I'm actually crying because I can't believe I thought of that so quickly.
Who else
Well,
did I
she went to
have
the
on my
airport.
team? I did have Alyssa Liu, right?
You did have Alyssa Liu and Lara Naki Gutman, but you know what I think what hurt you is that in the early part of the draft, you chose Chae Young, who
Yeah.
did not disclose before the competition that she was in a car accident the week before Worlds.
Oh yeah.
Right. She didn't
That's
disclose that before
important.
we drafted.
No, because she was in the car accident during the draft.
Yeah.
Now, it's amazing that she made it to Worlds, but it does explain why she was seemingly like off. Do you know what I mean? Like she hadn't
Yeah.
been making any mistakes.
She looked really hesitant.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And
it was because she was worried about her whiplash.
I feel like the women's short program felt full of nerves to me.
Yes.
Hence someone from the third group winning the short program, Alyssa Liu.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, Cheon, it was more than that.
It was more than that. Now, back to the draft. I don't really want to spend too much time on anything else.
Tragedy.
Yeah, I want to spend it on victory, which wasn't me. Ashley, you were correct about my tone. I was second in the draft.
You guys, that's so dumb. I can't believe that.
Now,
That's amazing.
I will say that, Ashley, first of all, congratulations. But there were a
Thank
few
you.
things on this draft that did make sense when you watched the World Championships. And on your team, you had Turkula Versluis, excuse me. And
Oh
if
my God.
you-
They almost DNQ'd too.
They did. But I had the Lithuanians. So that is,
okay, yeah.
I took the bullet on that one.
Yeah, thanks.
But you did have, Ashley was really good about picking skaters that just like were in the mix. You actually had
Mhm.
the least amount of medals on your team.
I'm okay with that.
You should be okay with that because you won.
You don't
the
have to win a
draft.
medal to be a winner.
She won the draft.
Yeah, by convincingly. You had 270, I had 273, and Ashley had 288.
Take that, bitches.
Ugh, wow.
I'm so excited. I might just throw up all over again.
Well, you did choose the team that did get last in the pairs short program, which was impressive to do that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But there were a few like really good performances that helped you, I don't know, pull to the top. I think Shun Sato was a performance that helped
yeah.
you. Kanti and Machi coming away with the bronze medal. Efimova and Mitrofanov having their
I believed
great
in them
skate.
all along.
And Smart and Deke getting 6th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ice
and-
dance.
And small medal in the free dance. Third place.
That is
True.
Viva España.
Viva España.
That was a fascinating free dance scoring situation across
Do you
the
want
board.
to start there, Sarah?
We can.
Why don't we?
I think it's so cool and great that Olivia and Tim got third in the free dance because that felt so like on the day they were great and we're going to score it like it's on the day. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But
Yes.
then in the final group, it just didn't feel like that's what they were doing anymore. Like the Marjorie and Zach of it all, I'm pretty frustrated about. They had 8th in the free dance.
The Marjorie
got
and Zach of it
hosed.
all, yeah.
That's
They-
insane.
It was insane. That was just like they just got hosed for no reason. And you could tell that they were so confused about why that happened. And I remain confused.
Well, it's confusing.
yeah.
It's confusing because even with Fear and Gibson versus Guignard and Fabry, they have had this bit of back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can understand how that can happen.
Yeah.
Now, all of that aside, with the Canadians, with Lejeune Legas, they've solidly been in that like teetering almost to the podium, like getting into the mix of Fear, Gibson, Guignard, and Fabry. Like they've been very close to like cutting through into that. So to see them have a seemingly pretty solid skate and then end the event behind Carrera Ponomarenko?
2 spots behind Carrera Ponomarenko. They were behind Smart and Deke too.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Feels a little crazy to me.
Yes.
Great for Olivia and Tim. They're like on a fast track.
Yeah.
Rising through.
To help with that free dance really was, like you said, like it was being scored on the day. It's so impactful, and it was from the first go of the season. I think the first time everybody saw this free dance, we were like, oh, this is good. It's really good. And it only got better.
Do you know what place Olivia and Tim got at Worlds last year? Guess.
15th.
Lower.
18th?
Lower than that.
Did they not qualify?
They did.
19th.
19th.
Oh my.
From 19th to 6th in 1 year in ice dance is unbelievable. It's very like that year that Gabby and Guillaume won the world title.
I was
after
just going to
being,
say.
I want to say 13th or something the year before.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Wow.
I feel like the medal contenders are kind of set for Milan if people don't make mistakes. Like, I don't know that Olivia and Tim are going to all of a sudden be like a medal contender next year, but they'll be like right there waiting if somebody opens the door. That's what it feels like to me.
I think that they're going to settle into this top 10 territory.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because I think also the year before, it's like they were making them pay their dues as a new team.
Yeah,
so
100%.
I don't really think that they were the 19th best team at Worlds. I think that they weren't as solid. They weren't as established as the other teams. This feels a bit more appropriate to have them in the top 10. They're obviously a top 10 team.
Mm-hmm. And the material pushes them further up, like great material always does. So, yeah, that's amazing. Do you think that... So, I'm not shocked that Lila and Lewis got third.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like all week in Boston, the scores correlated a lot with the crowd. And it was just sort of a crowd meter scoring kind of thing happening.
Mm-hmm.
And Lila and Lewis are great performers. And they have like fun material that is accessible for an American audience and for a maybe less educated figure skating audience too. Like if you don't watch a lot of figure skating, you can still get into what Lila and Lewis are doing as performers. So I'm not that surprised that they were on this podium. I feel like, similar to what we were saying about when Piper and Paul won at Four Continents, and we thought, okay, well, when they're in America, probably Chalk and Bates will win. That's how I feel about Guignard and Fabry. Like, not on the podium here, but if they don't make a mistake at home in Milan, it's hard to imagine that they're not the ones on the podium.
I totally agree. And I think that Guignard and Fabry are really great skaters, but I do think that they struggled with the material this year. I don't think that the rhythm dance hit. It was like people were so involved in everyone's performance, and it was like when they skated the rhythm dance, there was almost this like buzzing kind of like lull in the excitement. And I don't know what it was. It just like it was not hitting the same way that like other people's rhythm dances were. And in the free dance, it was the same. It was like the material was just not clicking with everybody.
Yeah.
And you know what? There's a positive and a negative to this, because the positive is that whatever they do next year, if it's a slightly more palatable, everyone will be so excited about it.
Yeah.
So they've set themselves up to be heroes of their own journey next year with the Olympics in their home country.
Yeah.
But
I
you know,
think the
it was
Olympic
the material.
practice rink is their home rink too.
It can't get
Oh,
any
that's
more
amazing.
home than that. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the robot program, much discussed on this podcast, sort of grew on me over the course of the season when I was watching on TV, but seeing it in the building, it was just hard to connect with it. And
Yeah.
put back to back with LeJoie and Laga, who have like this really like kind of beautiful, intense program sandwiched between them and Fear and Gibson. It just felt the flattest of the final group.
Well,
I
I think
agree.
what's so interesting, it's like they have real off ice chemistry. Like they are a couple in real life and they chose to perform as two inanimate objects. Like they chose
Well,
to perform.
Like two asexual robots.
Well, people are going to be having more sex with robots.
in the future,
In the
and they took
future.
that
That's
into
true.
account. But you know what? So that means that program was ahead of its time.
Yeah, they're ahead of their time.
But it's like that's the theme of program I would choose if I was skating with my sister. I'd be like,
Totally
we're
agree.
two robots.
Yeah, right.
We're two sexless robots.
Yeah, like the Tashlers should have been doing that.
Yes, instead of getting on his knees and,
his
slipping his
sister's-
sister's skirt.
Well, it was very John and Sinead care of them.
Exactly. They are like two aliens discovering Earth. And it's like,
Right.
cool. I can see that. Like, that's a powerful story because
Yeah.
maybe I'm an alien just discovering Earth. I can relate to that. But when you're like a real life couple and you can go there, like you can show and tell a completely different story.
Mm-hmm.
It's really tough that you chose the route of sexless robot.
Yes.
And the whole program, it's like there is no nuance to the robot. The theme is just like we are just
Robot.
dancing robots. Like that, it didn't seem to be like at least when you think of like Gubanova, it's like she's not an astronaut. She's getting shot out into outer space.
I'm so bummed we didn't get to see that.
She's getting shot out of the free skate
Out
into
of
the
free skate.
DNQs.
Oh yeah, no, she was out of that building as soon as that program was.
Oh my god. If that was a rough skate, I felt so bad for her.
I know,
Yeah.
I
She
know.
wanted to skate right off that ice.
Yeah, that was tough.
No, that
But
was
yeah,
really tough.
I agree, Adam. I feel like sometimes you see programs where it starts off maybe less human, but a lot of times, like the way these programs are designed, it would be like, oh, they're robots who like fall in love and become
They
more
discover
human.
their humanity.
Totally. And instead,
Yes.
they just stay robots.
No, yes, they just stay and they power off.
Yeah,
Like
literally.
they don't.
Like a Hoover.
What's that Robin Williams movie where it's like the robot becomes too human? And do you know what I'm talking about? Is it like
No, because the
Robin
first one I
Williams?
thought
Are you
it was
talking about,
Flubber.
The Terminator. I thought of Flubber, and then I thought
It's
Terminator,
Flubber.
which Robin Williams is famously not in.
I'm gonna have to look
Mrs.
it up. but
Doubtfire was my
It's
next
Mrs.
guess.
Yes, Mrs. Doubtfire, the famous sexless
Robot.
robot who becomes human over time.
Yeah,
I love that story.
who becomes a cross-dressing human over time.
That's my next program.
And the crazy thing is that's so something that someone would tell you their program is about. Like, oh, it's a cross-dressing robot and he comes to life. I can hear it now.
And
Oh, I
discovers
absolutely
that
can
he is
hear
born a man but wants to be a woman.
Okay, I can't figure out. Maybe it wasn't Robin Williams. It doesn't matter. But there's a movie where robots like come to life.
I think
Truly.
there's
A
a
lot
lot
of
of
them.
movies like that.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
Well,
Are you thinking of iRobot?
I don't know.
Maybe you're thinking of
That's Will Smith.
Transformers.
I'm not. It's older. It's like from the 90s.
Terminator. I'm sticking with it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, in conclusion,
I love when I get a double okay.
Simultaneous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, top two were not surprising. We haven't talked about them at all, but top two in dance were not surprising.
No,
at all.
no, they weren't. But I also think it was like the best I've seen Piper and Paul skate all season. Also,
Yeah.
Chalk and Bates. Like, I think this was the best that they performed all season as well.
Yeah, they looked just very relaxed, especially
Yes.
in
So
the free
calm.
dance. Yeah.
Mm.
I was so impressed by they looked completely different from every other team that stepped on the ice simply in just like their existence. They were so relaxed, so secure, and they skated like it too. It was like really lovely to be able to just sit back and enjoy their skating.
100%.
Mhm. Oh, and I had I was so sad to see the Lithuanians not make the free dance. And the only silver lining was that Turkula Versluis, by the skin of their teeth, were 20th place in the rhythm
Right.
dance. But that was so unfortunate because I do like watching both of those teams. But I was so grateful to see the Finns do their tango because that's my
so good.
favorite. It's my favorite
There's
free
just
dance of the
so
season.
many little details throughout that entire program that are just so thought out, so interesting. I love that program. But as Sarah famously says, you can't fall in ice dance.
You can't. You can do
That's
so
my
many
biggest
things in ice
insight
dance.
of the week.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like a reminder of what you can and can't do, and you can do so many things in ice dance, but one of them is not fall.
No.
Well, I
you
mean,
can't
it's
do that.
crazy, like the talent and depth in ice dance is such that there was always going to be a team that you think of, multiple teams left out that are good teams.
Mm.
Which is wild because you do a smaller cut in pairs and it doesn't feel as much like, oh my God, we're missing all these, not that any of these teams are terrible teams or anything, they're at a world level. But
Right.
in dance in particular, it really feels like that cut is brutal.
Oh, I mean, Reed and Ambrulevicius. Is
There
that
you
correct?
go. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, Reed and Ambrulevicius. They were bronze medalists at Europeans the year before.
Well, they were sixth at Worlds last year. It's
Right.
like them and Olivia and Tim swapped places. They sacrificed themselves for Dune.
they said Dune needs to get a small medal.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, when it just like was eye-opening to me because we haven't had all of these teams together since last World Championships, and I feel like a lot of them have gotten better, especially in the like quote unquote middle or lower tiers. And so you're looking at, obviously the Turkula and Versluis had a fall, but they're in 11th place. And there's a team that I think of as one of the best in the world.
Agreed.
Or La Preva Brousseau.
Again, yes, totally.
They got 8th.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot.
I mean,
of good
and there was a
teams.
conversation of like, could they have been on the podium too? Like that was
Yeah.
not out of the question before the championship started.
Yeah. Should we talk about what do you want to talk about
Pairs?
next?
I want to do pairs.
Pairs. Let's do pairs.
Ashley, you saw more pairs. You saw more
You
skating
saw more skating.
than either
I
of
saw
us.
every single skater of this event. Every single one. I didn't miss a single one.
What stood out in the pairs?
And Ashley also did, not to cut you off, Sarah, but
Go on.
it's important that I say this. Ashley also did her favorite thing of watching the entire exhibition.
Wait, I do have things to say about the exhibition.
Good.
I always do.
We want to listen.
Mm.
It's so good. The pairs. I think that for the pairs, my brain
And
is
she
not-
forgot.
No, my brain is not doing too many things. Elisa and Misha were truly the standouts for me as far as storylines go.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they're coming in with a lot of pressure, and then on top of that, every single performance they brought out the photos of their training mates and club members who passed away in the flight. So you can just tell that skating on that stage meant a lot to them, but it meant even more, and they were honoring their loved ones. And so to have that skate on that ice 15 miles down the road from where you train, like that was just such a cool storyline for me. I was really happy for them, and they looked as relaxed as I think I've ever seen them. So it was nice just to see them have their moment.
Well, and we're not sure they're going to get another moment like that at the Olympics because of her citizenship, right? I think it's unclear if she's going to be able to get that. So
I think it's pretty clear that
she's
impossible.
not. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, she doesn't have a green card. So, I mean, if you don't have a green card, they're not going to be like, oh, well, here's the passport, honey.
You've done more
Yeah.
immigration law than Ashley and I have.
I know.
So you would
She's
know
an
more.
immigration lawyer.
She is not far along in the process, unless there's something like we don't know. But I don't think so. That
Yeah.
there's no clear path to citizenship. So I think like if you're out there crossing your fingers, I think uncross them, relax your hands. I don't think that there's like a path to citizenship before the games. If you don't have a green card
Even
now,
like a marriage?
no, you have to get a green card, and then you have to wait 2 years.
Well, yeah, you did that, right?
Yeah, I mean, JP, we got married in 2021. 2021. And JP applied for a green card, and it is 2025 now. Shortly, he will be able to apply for citizenship.
Okay, and then he goes
Don't.
through the test and everything.
It's not worth it.
Yes.
Do you guys have $5 million? He could buy one.
We, at the moment, don't. But
Okay.
Someday.
So we are still
Okay.
sort of playing the waiting game.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, because
You
you
win
can get
some,
the
you
Trump
lose
gold
$5 million
card.
on others.
Exactly. But yeah, you're right. But we could see them back at the World Championships, following the Olympics.
Right, but I
Yeah.
feel like this is
The
going to
Olympic
be the
moment.
highlight for them
Totally.
for a while,
Yes, correct. I agree. And what a highlight it was. I mean,
So
like
true.
you said, Ashley, not to repeat what you said, but it was meaningful. It was heavy. It was
Yeah.
beautiful. It was just like very beautiful.
Yeah. It also brought a little bit more feeling to their skating, I think, in a really
Mhm.
good way, because I would say that they're not a team, at least at this point in their career, where emoting and connecting comes organically for them, and they had something to connect over, and the audience pulled into their story a bit more just because of the emotions that they clearly were already experiencing, so it just humanized them a bit, which I think was
Mhm.
really good for them. Can we talk about Miniki? I found out that that's their fan team
Haza
name.
and Volodin?
Yeah, Miniki. Isn't that
That's cute. Yeah.
It is cute.
Yeah. I was so happy for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know how. I feel like some people online were, some people felt like they should have won.
Oh, I don't.
I don't either.
I don't either.
But
I'm just
Okay.
But I
opening
think
the
it was.
discussion.
I think they were competitive. I don't
Let's-
think that the Japanese ran away with it. I feel like they're set up to have a really good competition
okay.
next Olympics.
The way that we were talking about the Italian ice dance team
mhm.
being like too much robot, not enough human,
Exactly, Sarah.
Mhm.
Exactly.
is sometimes how I feel about, especially with this year's material, Minerva and Nikita.
Minerva and Nikita, not to take the mic away
Take
from
it.
you. I think they're so efficient and technical at the moment, and I believe that they have so much heart. I believe that they do.
Totally.
But
Yeah.
their skating currently is soulless. I don't feel anything, and I think it's because they're still new. They are
Yeah.
still they still have to be so present to get all of
To
these
do the
elements
elements.
done.
Yep.
And I think that they are completely on track to develop into a team that has so much soul. They want to. They are performing to the best of their ability at the moment as they can as a couple, but it pales in comparison to the Japanese, and honestly, even to the Italians. I think the Italians don't
I
have
agree.
as strong as elements as the Germans do.
Agreed.
But what they lack in technical strength, they make up for in absolutely, they will claw each other's eyes out if it means they'll get another 10th in performance. And they'll have no hesitation to it.
I think I was saying this I don't know if it was in our group chat or if it was in a different one, but I think I was saying when I was watching the Pairs Free, Minerva and Nikita are like what you would get if you told ChatGPT to show you a pair team.
Mm-hmm.
Like the elements would be so clean and perfect, but it would just be somewhat lifeless in the performance. I think they would benefit from some music that does some of that work for them.
Mm-hmm.
And the classical pieces, won't do that.
I think they're doing exactly what they can handle. Like, I think that, like, the classical pieces are to just highlight that they're technical, and it's easier for them because the music isn't doing anything to distract them or to make them go too fast or to make them go too slow. Like, I think, like, it's almost, like, so purposeful that it's a little bit, like, even-keeled throughout at the moment.
They don't need... The moment's over to me. They're ready.
Yes.
Like they need for I think look at what Ashley just said about Elisa and Misha.
Yes.
How their connection has not always come naturally and it's been clearly improved. I think part of that comes from Je suis malade is this huge emotional piece of music that does a little of that work with the audience for you. And that's what I think Minerva and Nikita need. Something like that.
I mean, if they do a little bit...
I have a program for them.
Wait, what is it? Tell us.
Oh, it's Moulin Rouge.
Have you heard of...
Have you heard of this little-known...
The young actress Nicole Kidman.
It's crazy that Nicole Kidman was in that movie. By the way, I think it all the time.
Not to me.
I mean, throw a stick and you'll hit 3 Nicole Kidman movies.
100%.
She's
in
done everything. They made her Lucille O'Ball. Like, come on. She was in the Ricardos.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me.
She did a good job.
For an Australian woman.
Come on, girl.
But yeah, I think
Back
of the
to
top...
the Pairs. After my Lucille Ball rant.
How about the U.S. pairs getting placement enough for the possibility of a third spot?
Opportunity.
Shocking.
I feel so happy for them, and then when I realize that they're going to have to send another team, I get sad for them all over again.
Well, I think even if one of these teams could go, it would be an uphill battle because China didn't go to this World Championships in pairs. So there's only 3 pair spots at that qualifying event. You have to think China's going to send someone who's very good. The neutral Russian team has to earn a spot there, quote unquote neutral. And so those two, that feels like 2 of those spots automatically almost.
I mean, it's because then
when
also.
When is this comp?
September.
Oh.
I want to say it's like 3rd weekend in September, something like that.
Oh.
Because
so it's
this
early.
would
It'll
be
be somebody's first or second competition of the season.
Yep.
Yeah. And you need to be thinking that this is the team, like, this is the team that has to be, like, they're earning their own spot, correct? Like, they can't substitute, or is that how it works for the other countries?
That's only how it works for the Russian neutral team, where they have chosen the athlete in advance. But
I know what it is. Yes. You just can't be one of the people or teams.
That's why I said I'm worried
spots.
for them.
Yeah,
That's
you
what it
can't
is.
send one of these teams that went to
like
Worlds.
Nina Pinzaroni can't go to Beijing to get another spot for Luna.
Correct.
Luna
has
needs to get
go.
it on her own.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be Spencer and his partner, and they're going to get off the ice from Cranberry Cup, and they're going to get on a plane to Beijing and take the famous one-way straight from Boston to Beijing, which actually definitely exists.
I wonder
and,
how U.S. figure skating will choose who to send, because they could send Audrey and Balazs too.
Oh, that's true.
So
I mean,
it probably would like be Champs Camp stuff, right? They'll like see how everybody's doing.
I mean, it sounds like this event is basically in the middle of Champs Camp. It's not.
It's like a month after it, though.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be how people are skating at Champs Camp, and those teams are going to have to be competition ready at Champs Camp.
Yeah.
I will say that in a way that in what was it 2022 that like when Alyssa went and earned the third, like guaranteed the third spot for the US.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
That when the pairs go to earn this spot, this I believe will be weighed very heavily into the criteria of making the Olympic team. Like it will be a big step forward for whatever team if they can successfully do this.
Yeah.
Because the stakes are really high.
Well, and they
in
don't
this
have a
pairs
lot to
qualifier.
compare the lower teams against. They don't have a lot of the criteria to use.
Right. You're very true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
But I get your point, Adam. Let's say you send Spencer and Emily and they get this spot and then they finish fourth at nationals behind Audrey and Balaj in third. That would be a tough decision for them to make, because do you give it
Yeah.
to the team that went out and got it in this pressure-packed environment?
Right.
Or, I mean, obviously they have
Well,
this
I mean,
all
what's
spelled out
crazy
in the
is, like,
criteria, but
In the scenario you're saying, you're almost assuming that they would get fifth at nationals, because it would be, if we're sending three teams, assuming Elisa and Misha are one of them, you're bypassing them.
right.
So you'd send, let's say that they win nationals again. You're to Olympics, you would in theory send 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
So in this scenario,
Yeah,
you're
if
thinking
they are
2,
outside
3,
of
5.
the three. Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you
But I
yeah, what would
agree.
you do in that
That's-
scenario? Which is totally plausible, by the way.
It's completely
The pairs
plausible.
can be so up and down. Like that could
But-
easily
Yeah.
happen.
But I think that to get this spot, there is almost the same pressure that like you'd be feeling if you were at Worlds of like, I need to skate well to get this spot, because like you said, there's no room for error, because we've seen these videos of Sway
Oh yeah.
and
Who is she
she's a
skating
new
with
partner.
now?
I don't know.
Okay. I can't remember either. But yeah, Sway Wenjing's probably, if she goes to this, like they're gonna get a spot.
They are gonna get a spot.
The Russian team is gonna get a spot.
Yes. Because you
Like-
can imagine, arguably, their first neutral team is better than the fourth place American team.
Their 10th neutral team is probably better. Like, and I'm not
Yes.
even saying, I'm not even being mean. I think Russian pairs are just above.
Yeah, it's like American Ice Dance.
Yeah, it's just
There would be no like we could send. I mean, who was sixth at was it at nationals? Somerville
Wasn't it our
Brady.
little favorites?
yeah.
Yeah.
You could send Brady Somerville or like Zingis and Kolesnik, and they would be
ease-
better than
and
a
not
lot
be
of these
worried
teams
at all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. So the stakes are high for the U.S. pairs. It's a great opportunity, but it's like the 3 spots are anything but guaranteed.
Well, and the flip side of it is if you send a team, they don't get the spot, then do you select them if they're like on the bubble?
It
Ooh,
depends.
I can tell you the answer to that. No.
I think it depends on like were they selected because there's a gap between them and the team that's like behind them.
Right.
Then it's sort of like, well, we sent our best team, they
Yeah.
couldn't do it, but on the day they showed up, right? Like
Yeah.
it in that scenario, maybe.
Yeah.
But if it's close, it's almost like you messed it up for another team.
Mm-hmm.
It's the lasting impression you give of what your full resume looks like when they get to choose that Olympic team.
Yep. Yeah. So Germany, Italy, Canada, and the US all got 2 spots with the option to go earn another one.
That Beijing pairs event is very interesting.
I'm sorry, not all those countries have the option to go earn another one. But yeah, pairs is such a small event. There's not
Yes.
enough teams.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on.
Moving on to a big event, which I think the most entries in one event was the men's. Is that
It
Yeah.
was.
true?
It was.
And Ashley
Now,
watched
Ashley would
every
know for sure.
single one of
I
them.
think there were 7 warm-ups.
38
and I'm not even
skaters,
kidding.
I think.
39 would be 7 warm-ups. Yes, because they can't do more than 6 per. So yeah, it would be 7 different warm-ups.
It was fucking insane.
What was your
Oh.
like number one takeaway aside from they need to raise the tech minimum?
Besides that, these boys are cunty and looking for attention, and I'm here for it. I love it.
Yeah.
One of my biggest takeaways that I got from Ashley was, were you sitting there, Adam, when Ashley was saying, do you guys realize how weird the phrase "give it up" is?
Yeah.
It's so
Give
weird.
it up for-
Give it up for Donovan Carrillo. Like,
Yeah.
give what up?
I've
Because
just
I can
never
tell you what I
thought
have to
about it,
give.
and now
I don't
it's
think he's
ruined for me.
interested in it. No, it was a great event. Once you hit like, I don't know, 2 p.m. The event ended at 4:30.
Mm-hmm.
So
Is that where you tapped out or blacked out, or what happened about at 2 p.m.?
2 p.m. the skating
Norovirus
started to
settled
get
in.
real good. No, I loved it. I also loved that we got to see not like attitude, but sass from Jason when he was interviewed somewhere, and basically they're asking him
He was in
about
the mix
his
zone,
like
yeah.
mix zone, yeah, and he was like, "No, I always deliver under
Yeah,
pressure."
I know.
Like,
I wonder if he
I live for
knew
that.
he was serving cunt or if it
I-
happened by accident.
That's
I
what
think
I'm
he
saying.
had
These
to know.
boys are serving cunt, and I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, it has to be exhausting for someone who does always deliver to constantly have to hear about whatever it may be. In this case, a petition. But for years, he's been hearing about, the technical content. And yet he's always up there.
Right.
He's always up there.
And
He's
yet
fourth in the free skate.
He is the man who saved the U.S. men's spots.
Yes.
Well, now for the third time.
Yeah.
Because
must be
okay, when he said I've
exhausting.
done this is my third Olympic cycle, in my mind I went back to I forgot like how many Olympic cycles, because in my mind I was like, I don't remember him at 2013 Worlds.
No,
And
2017.
I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
He was like not accidentally, but he was like the young gun who made the Olympic team in 2014. Like he was not
Yeah,
yet
he
like
and I are
No.
teammates.
in the
he
cycle.
got the spots in 2017,
2017
and in 2021
2021.
when Vincent Joe missed the free skate and he and
Yes.
Nathan
Oh,
got the
that's right.
spots. And now this.
Yeah, I
It's
love
not
that.
a fluke. And I mean, in a way, this has really, I think the momentum. Now, see, okay, when I think of Andrew Torgashev, I think of his whole season of like no mistakes, short program. He does edge out Jason. And then the free skate is a disaster. The free skate is a mess.
Yeah.
But Jason ends the day as a hero in the top 10. The US men do have 3 spots. That has Jason in better graces, but it has
Oh,
sort of
yeah.
like leveled that playing field where it's like they need to duke it out at the Grand Prix. And
Totally.
Andrew not only needs to just skate well, he needs to like step up, because they're going to give Jason more grace. And if Jason
should.
deserves a little bit more grace, which he should, he's going to be on the team.
Jason
in the
has
team
earned the
event.
grace. He's earned the grace. And like, if I had to guess, he'll come out and have a good fall and earn more grace. You know what I mean? If we know Jason,
yeah.
I think Jason's sort of like happy, warm demeanor sometimes makes you forget how amazing of a competitor he is. Like he does
Mhm.
not
Right.
get in his head competing.
No, but you know what? I will say this, that there, like, after he did explain a bit of the boot drama of like, it makes total sense. Because he was like living a fake pro skater life. And when
Mhm.
you're like a fake pro skater, I mean, I remember me personally, who never was a pro skater, just stopped. That like I was thinking, I don't know how people have like boots for years. I've had the skating boots that I'm in now for 8 years,
Yeah.
and you're just like, "Ugh, I'll just do it." And Jason was basically doing that for 4 years. He was just in shows,
But he was
You tie him
competing
up.
too.
and then when he started to compete, that's when like the problems with the boots, because
Yeah.
he was telling us that he had and was working with the boots that he skated in Beijing, that he kept going back to them.
Wow. Okay.
And so finally, now it's all makes more sense of like he was having like these uncharacteristic bad skates during the Grand Prix.
Yep.
And I think that he got to a point, well, I know he did because I was talking with Tracy, his coach, that he got to a point where she was like, it's not worth it if you're not enjoying this and you're not whatever. And you could almost see that like, I could see that in the short program, he was like dusting the demons off. That it was not right, and he was almost needing to like convince himself that the skates that he had during the fall were like not real. And then by the time he got to the free, it was like Jason had kicked in and locked in and just skated this like great program that like this is how he knew he was going to skate during the fall. And once he had the equipment situation sort of figured out, he was locked in. He was loaded. He was the reliable Jason that he knows, that we know.
And I still think that's not the best program I've ever seen Jason do, that free skate. Like, he has room still, which is great. Like, he's going to make improvements over the summer and get more comfortable.
Because even in the short, you could feel like he's not as comfortable as we've seen him. Like, he looked just, I mean, you know, I'm saying this like with a grain of salt. He looked uncomfortable out there for Jason. And by the time he got to the free skate, his feet just felt more under him. Again, I agree with you. It's not the best I've ever seen him skate. Incredible, but not the best. And you could just feel like, oh, if you had started to like gain a little bit of this momentum sooner, I think that you would have skated even better. And it does feel like, okay, now you're kind of in the swing of it again. I think like you've got the equipment situation figured out. And so I think he's right back in it.
Yeah. And to your point, Andrew having that really rough free skate just creates a chaos scenario for picking the two men that go with Ilya, presumably, to Milan.
I think arguably now I'm willing to go Jason is a shoo-in if he just is stable.
He probably is.
Agree.
But you know, it's a anything can happen, but like when I look at it now, I go, you know, Jason not only deserves to be on that Olympic team, he deserves the chance to have a second Olympic medal
In the team event.
Yes. It's looking that way unless one of the other boys kind of really, in a way that Jason has said himself, if you want it, take it.
Well, it would have to be basically what you did, Adam, where you were out, you know, for the second half of the season before the Olympics, and you had to basically have the season of your life in the fall.
Yes.
To get that opportunity. Like, that's what one of these other guys would have to do to take it away, I think.
No, I agree. I mean, the only thing is that, like, I didn't go to Worlds before, and Andrew did, and he had a rough skate. So I didn't leave any, like, taste in anybody's mouth.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Yeah, right.
There's no doubt. The only doubt was, can you be back? Not the last time we saw you, it wasn't good. But I still think I still think he's in the mix for the team. I don't think this is...
Yeah, I think if we assume that Ilya and Jason are going to go, then you look at it's Camden, it's Andrew, it's Max Naumov, it's maybe Jimmy Ma, it's maybe Jacob Sanchez, depending on the kind of season
Jacob
he has.
Sanchez is in there
and
too.
And it's going to be who has the best season and the best nationals. Like, that's all it's going to be at this point.
Yeah.
Because Jacob Sanchez could take the Paulina Edmonds spot of it all.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That open Paulina Edmonds spot on every team.
It's actually called the honorary Paulina Edmonds men's Olympic spot.
Actually, I want to say a few. We didn't even talk about. I wanted to go to ladies, but we haven't
talked about
anywhere
anyone
with the
but
men.
Jason.
Yes.
Well, rightfully so. But Mikhail Shidorov, world silver medalist.
I mean,
So
the program
the performance
of the night.
Totally. Yeah, he was awesome. So I watched this from the stands, and it was so fun. And it was such a different way to experience the like energy in the rink. Obviously, I've been in a rink, you know, sitting in the booth and whatever. But
But it's
I've
so
never been just
different.
like amongst the crowd.
No.
And to be watching from a different angle, sort of more above on the like long end of the ice. That was so cool. And he really did have, I think, the program of the night.
Oh, I totally agree. And I was really lucky because I was working the NBC broadcast backstage. And by the time we would get to like the last warm up, there's nothing going on backstage. All the
Sure.
action is right around the rink. And so I snuck out and was standing with the photographers, acting like I
Ooh.
was taking pictures. So I was right there. The only person who was closer to the ice was like Alexei Urmanov, his coach. So I would say I was about 3 feet behind him. But it was like, wow, those jumps are like, they are gorgeous. I think.
Yeah, talk about no doubt. Like,
Oh my God. Oh my God. I think Yuma Kageyama has some gorgeous, beautiful jumps, but there is something so textbook about Shidorov's jumps. They're just stunning. They're
yes.
stunning. And they like plop down from the air.
Yeah.
They're enormous.
Yeah. He's that triple axel quad combination is one of the craziest things I've ever seen in real life.
Yeah. That half loop quad sow that he did right at the beginning.
Yeah.
It was just, I mean, it looked like something I did in junior, but what I did in junior was a double axle half loop triple sow cast. So completely all downgraded across all fronts, but it looked just as hard.
Yeah. Yeah. He wasn't struggling with it at all.
No, in the
No.
same way I wasn't with mine. But again,
Yeah.
let's remember double axle, triple sow cow.
Yeah. I want to say, I think I said this to both of you already in real life when it happened. I wish Ilya would just do 5 quads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he has an undeniable, like you can see it on TV, but when you're in the arena, he has an undeniable charisma. Like he has an
I mean, the
undeniable
walkout for the free skate.
Everything is so camp. It's
100%. Yeah.
It's so close to being on the mark that it's so wildly off the mark. It looks
Yeah.
like my Sims throwing a temper tantrum, him walking out into the ice.
Yeah.
My Sims have done that when I've gotten them really mad at each other.
I would be laughing harder if I had it. That's funny.
Thank you, Ashley.
You're welcome.
If you had it, what? Norovirus?
Sims.
If I had norovirus, I would laugh harder. I'm afraid if I laugh too hard, I'll throw up.
Uh-huh.
So
No, don't do that.
no.
Yeah, I agree with you, Adam. Like his charisma is obvious. He can kind of command an audience.
Mm-hmm.
Even with not great material, which I don't think the free skate is a great program. Like it's good, but it's not like the best he's ever had and the best we'll see from him, I don't think. But like it just I don't need him to try 7. And
No.
obviously it's up to him and he can do whatever he wants. He's now won 2 world titles and far be it for me to tell him what he should or shouldn't do, but the programs feel so empty when he does.
But you know
7
what I'll
quads.
say? It's like I'm watching the program and I believe that this program is really good if we were to take so much of the
Yeah,
quadruple
that's
jumps
fair.
out. Because I'm watching the pacing and I remember that like he really had us in the palm of his hand emotionally. And then it goes back and it scales back to the footwork. And I'm like, I remember thinking, how brilliant that we scale back to then just explode at the end.
Mhm.
But where you lose me as a purist
Yes.
is you lose me at the raspberry twist. You lose me during the backflip.
Yeah.
It's not for me at all. It's not for me at all.
It's
Because
not
when
for
I
the
think of
program either, I think, is kind of how the problem, right? It's like,
Well,
if we are going to
yes.
say, okay, I want to do 7 quads and I want to do a raspberry twist and I want to do a backflip, let's
Right.
find music that accompanies that nicely.
there is no music.
And
You know
boy,
what music
do I have
goes?
a piece of music for you.
You know, if you want to do all that, you know what you need to call Simone Biles and ask her for her cut of that music that she was using for 8 years, because it's a tumbling routine at that point. Like, it's not
100%. It's a floor routine.
if you're adding so many things that have nothing to do with skating, it's
Yeah.
not a skating routine. And you know what? Like, I think of God when I saw Adam Siohimfa in person for the first time. It felt like the first time I had ever seen him skate. And the most gorgeous thing I had seen all week from anyone across any event was that knee slide that he does in that short program where he like rotates his upper
Yeah,
body,
mhm.
slides on both knees. And it was like that was in place of a backflip. The backflip was like taken out,
That's
replaced with
better.
this knee slide. And it's like, oh my God.
So much better.
It
I know.
was
It's
so
Wait, do you
stunning.
know that that's how
impactful.
Lucas cut his butt cheek?
Yes, he tried to do it.
There-
And he has no hip flexor flexibility, and his foot snapped into his ass. Luke ass.
I agree with everything you're saying. I just want to push back though, because
Please.
the audience loses their shit when they see a backflip and when they see that raspberry twist.
No,
And so
No, you're right.
there's something to be said about that too, where it's
Yes.
like, I think as a skating purist, I agree with you. But as far as building a fan base, because people don't understand what they're looking at when they're watching quads.
Mhm.
They don't look any different than the triples because that's just how much of a freak he is. But they understand a backflip. They understand that they're not seeing the raspberry twist. So I think for like, as far as building an audience fan base, he's actually doing exactly what we need him to do.
He's
Yeah.
doing what he needs to do for himself. I mean, like, it's not even like to build a fan base outside of it. Like, we are
Well-
all of us, even the three of us, idiots. Stupid.
Yeah.
We are stupid ant people. When somebody does a backflip, you go, oh! Like, you
Yeah.
can't help. It's like the human reaction to seeing something.
It's why
crazy.
Simone Biles is so famous.
Yes. Because you're like,
True.
whoa!
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
No, it's true. You know, I agree with you, Ashley. That's why I would be pro, okay, if we're all agreeing that like this is cool for skating, it's cool for the audience, it's cool for his brand and what he's trying to be and build. Let's find music that just like fits it. You know, I think of, I'm not suggesting this for him, but remember when Alina Zagitova was doing all her jumps in the second half?
That's what I've
And-
been thinking of the entire time.
Yeah. Okay, great. So it was a ballet. I'm forgetting the ballet that she did, but
Don
it was
Quixote, our theme music.
Oh, yeah.
Only without the dick button.
Not our, yeah, exactly. But they organized it in a way where it's all big like symbols as she does jump, 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 jump.
Mm-hmm.
And so even though I resented that composition a little bit as a quote unquote purist, they at least made the music like there was an artistic choice that went along
It was
with it.
tailored.
Yeah, that's what I want for him if he's going to do it this way.
The thing is that like the question of when you see Yuma Kageyama skate in person, it's truly like unbelievable the control of the blade, the power that he can generate. Like it's unlike anything I've ever seen. He could really has the potential to kind of cut this conversation down because Ilya has the potential to hit really nice positions, to skate much better.
Well, did you see his gala performance, the tribute performance that he did in the gala?
I mean, it was gorgeous.
Exactly. It's not that it's not there.
No, and,
There's just
and
not-
it would be in his benefit because he could widen the gap.
Right.
And you know what? To Ashley's point, the audience, they like the quads and the triples, they don't look that different. He can so easily do 4 quads, exactly like you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
and then hook, line, and sinker with the interpretation and the skating. And it would benefit him more because nobody can tell the difference.
Right. Nobody can tell. But they
can't
they
tell.
can tell when you have trouble landing a jump.
Yes.
They can tell when you pop.
Yes.
and
they can
he-
tell the mistakes.
They can tell. And so if you're setting yourself up, I feel like he consistently makes like 1 or 2 big errors when he
Mhm.
loads the programs like this.
Yes.
And when they're less loaded, you just like lower that possibility. I
It
don't
would be
know.
more satisfying to watch a clean performance than, and you know what? I understand that, like, actually, you know what? I don't understand because I wasn't ever somebody personally that was like pushing the technical boundary or like, that was never
Me
something
either.
that motivated me. You were. You always were. But I think, you know, that was never something that was motivating to me of like, I could be the first person to do 5 quads and that's my goal and that's what
Right.
I want to do. Like the thing that motivated me was that like I would skate well and I could get a standing ovation. Like that's what I wanted. And I was
Mhm.
willing to like scale things back so that I could achieve that goal. Because
Right.
when I
famously
watched skating
replaced a quad toe with a double axle.
the famous sort of replacement that people don't really do anymore because they can actually do the quads in a way that I couldn't, except for one time.
Whatever.
cleanly.
To your point, the version of the program that you ended up doing at the Olympics was beautiful, and you knew you were going to do it clean.
Yeah. I knew that it had the potential to like come off in the same way that performances that I watched when I first started skating came off to me.
Yeah.
And it was the clean, the perfect, not a step wrong. Like
Mhm.
we rarely get that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I wish we got a little more consideration of that from Ilya, because I know
And you
it's
know what?
there.
I believe that maybe we won't get it next year, but if he does continue to skate like another cycle, as he gets older, he will have to scale back. It
Mm.
will be the only way that he can survive
Yeah.
competition that long. Do you know what I mean? I mean, we saw the fall he took at nationals on that
Oof.
quad loop. It was
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
So the only way he can survive is he pushes himself as hard as he can now, but like he is at one point going to need to save his body.
hmm
And so I believe that if he skates another quad, that's when we really will see like, oh, this is what he could have been as a teenager. This is what he could have been in his early teens. But he needs to mature to get there because right now that's not a motivation to him.
Yeah. So similar to me in the draft, Yuma got 3rd after
Yeah,
a really
very
rough free
similar.
skate.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Sarah's bronze spoons.
That was that was a bummer for me though, for him. And it was
Yeah.
a bummer on the night too, because it removed any drama. You know, he was so close
Yeah.
to Ilya after the short.
Well, it was only like a 3-point difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then once he had that rough skate, you were kind of like, well, okay, assuming Ilya does, 70% even of what he has planned, this
Yeah.
isn't going to be an issue. Which, it removes a little something.
Right, the stakes get lower.
But Yuma has got to get more consistent. He's got to.
Yes.
Like, he's never going to beat Ilya this way because consistency isn't there. If he was consistently like a few points behind Ilya, but always doing clean programs, he would be really pushing him and he'd be right there.
Well, because there'd be this fire behind Ilya of like, I make one mistake, it's done.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is no fire because you can almost guarantee that Yuma's going to make 2 big mistakes in a free skate.
Yeah. And I don't feel like that was as true last year. And maybe it's, just the building pressure towards Olympic season, or I don't know.
And, I think that like you would see these clean skates from Yuma. And honestly, like what I think that he is comfortable doing is 3 quads. Like I think he'd be
Yeah.
so good and we would see the clean programs with one sow, two toes, two axles, the rest triples, and we'd see them. But he's at this awful crossroads of like, if he's to do that, he is basically white flag in the air going, okay, I'm going to do my best to get the silver medal. And if he just like pushes himself beyond what he's comfortable, you know, he could be more in the mix if he does the flip, if he does the Lutz. But that also means that every time he goes out, he's gambling. He doesn't know what he's going to do. And this is, I feel for him because it's like he's in this battle of like, yes, he needs to be more consistent. Okay. Well, the way to do that is to like scale back. And if he scales back, he can be consistent and we'll go, damn, he never misses. But he's set up now where he's so close. And the thing that will push him over is to add things that he does not do consistently. So it's like, it's not his fault. But this is why we're seeing him have these poor skates, because he has to go out there and gamble. When realistically, if you're like, you have to go out and skate a clean program, the flip is out. You're adding you're doing two toes and a sow. And then you're going to see a clean program. But it just, it solidly puts him in that second, third position and clearly not in a gold medal position. And that's, you know, he's competitive. It's just not good enough for him. And so that's why I think we're seeing inconsistent performances, because he's having to go out there and straight up gamble, roll the dice.
I mean, my heart just breaks for him also because he was talking about how he thinks that Ilya's undefeatable. And if that's your mentality, I mean, regardless of how true that might be right now, but I just think that's also going to inform how you feel when you step out onto competitive ice. How could it not?
Yeah.
You know, the thing is that like there needs to be some peace that a skater needs to have, unless they are like an Ilya or like in the day a Yuzuru Hanyu. I mean, even Yuzuru Hanyu had these like people at his, you know, heels, like Patrick Chan, Javi Fernandez, Shoma Uno, Nathan Chen. Yuzuru Hanyu never had an easy go of it.
Right.
But it was always possible for him to win. But like, you know, you look at somebody like Jason, where it is impossible for him to win the world championships with just what he's up against. But he has found some sort of peace in, I know that if I do what I do, I will still walk away with the praise of a gold medalist, which we talked about him for the first 10 minutes.
He's a fan favorite. And when was the last time he stood on a podium?
Well, and I think like we know this is, I mean, tale as old as time. People don't remember the gold medals. They remember the performances that mattered to them.
They remember
like,
how people who make them feel something. He adds...
Yeah,
Yes.
Michelle Kwan never won Olympic gold. Like,
But if you were to ask a random person on the street to name an Olympic gold medal figure skater,
He's probably the first.
yeah,
they'd say Michelle Kwan.
yeah, that's what they'd say. So I think Jason has that recipe. The people are going to
Totally.
remember how Jason made them feel,
Right.
you know. And I think,
But-
that's Yuma might be better off becoming, you know, being like, okay, I'm going to do 3 quads. I'm going to do
because
3.
if he, like a clean performance, like a rolling the dice might get him close. It might push him over the edge, but a clean
He's going to be
performance
close anyway, though, because I
of
mean,
the quality.
he's within 3 points in the short program, right?
Yes.
And this is assuming Ilya's not making any mistakes, which is not a guarantee. I think, okay, let's say Yuma, we know he can get a 107 in the short. If Ilya misses something in the short program, he's ahead at that point. And like,
Right.
you know,
I mean,
yes,
we even look at the Grand Prix final. Yuma was not clean in that free skate and did beat Ilya because of calls.
yeah,
Mhm.
right. So
it's like almost, I think that like, listen, dude, gain some consistency, pull back on the tech.
Yeah.
Because at that point, yes, if you guys go head to head, I think that's what he is thinking. If we go head to head, I need to be as close technically as possible. But you got to have some strategy with this
yeah.
because it's not about what you have planned. It's about what you get done.
Right.
and what you're good at.
Exactly.
He is a fantastic top tier skater and performer. And that has value. And I just think that we're in a day and age where these skaters look at what's on their like tech sheet, and that's the only value that they are really
Yeah. Well,
holding themselves against, you know?
Yeah. Well, and Yuma also has amazing jumps that should go through the roof on GOE. Like, capitalize on
Yeah.
that too.
Right. I mean, he's between a rock and a hard place.
Totally.
I understand.
But
I
of his
get
own
it.
creation.
Right. I mean,
Of his own creation.
if he were, I really believe, like, if he were to scale it down, we would see consistent performances. I just think like the flip, the loop, and the Lutz are just not consistent jumps, and it is not easy to start a program with something that you just like don't know if you're gonna hit or miss, and then you
Yep.
have other elements that are like hit or miss.
Yeah.
When I skated, I had a quad that was like, I was either gonna maybe stand up on it or fall, but like I was prepared to skate a clean program after a fall.
Yeah. There were no other question marks in your program after the quad.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That like I knew that once that was done, I could lock into an autopilot. Do you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
everything was in my control at that point.
Yeah.
I mean,
for
that's how I felt
him-
about my triple too. It's like you get the hard thing out of the way, and then
Yes.
the rest you've practiced and you know you're going to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that after he has that really tough element where he's like, okay, if I lock in, I can maybe do it. Then he has another one where it's like, maybe you can't have more than one element in a program where you're rolling the dice.
No, not
Like,
when you're
you-
up
you
against an angry sim walking out.
Who just ate a baby off a grill. Like that's also something that made my Sims angry is when they ate their own babies. But they did it. Like they still did it.
How
And then they would-
how is that allowed within the software of the program? You know what?
I don't know.
Don't answer that. Three other people I'm calling out from the top 10. Kevin Amos, back
Yep.
in America, back on home soil.
Back home.
It's crazy how
Viva
this
la
keeps
France.
happening.
The French boys
He
were
got fifth.
fantastic. Oh, oh,
Yeah.
So good.
sacre bleu! It was amazing.
Yeah. Adam had one fall, I think, but it was
Last
like
triple
somewhere in the
axel.
middle. And that program is so good and he's such a good performer that you forgot all about it.
He
Yep.
is the laying down in the middle. Everything Adam did and does works for me. I mean, he
Mhm.
fell on that triple axel and got up and started doing choreography at a
Yep.
standstill. Like it was like, okay, whatever you want to do, sweetheart. I agree. Yes.
Yes. And Shun Sato got sixth, he was really good too. I think he made
He
one
was.
mistake in the free also on a quad, and the rest was phenomenal.
Best I've ever seen him skate.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which was great for him. And Junwon Cha just edging out Jason for
Mhm.
seventh. But he got fifth in the free skate. He was delightful. Getting hit in the face with those
Flying
fringes
chiffons.
on his costume.
Mhm.
Also, for Shun Sato, at one point, there was something on the ice the entire program, and they almost stopped the competition.
Really?
Yes.
I was out there. I didn't remember that.
Yeah. Well, I was the production team. They were like freaking out. And then the ISU, I guess, made the decision like he sees it, he's not going to hit it. And I think it was like a feather or a pedal or something like that. Like
That's
it was something
scary.
where scary, but like if he were to skate over it, he wouldn't severely harm himself.
Yeah. Wait, I am going to say
Um,
something that, like, if you were to just hear the last 2 minutes of the conversation that we had and you, like, weren't in it, and, like, in skating, you'd be like, there was a feather or a pedal on the ice, and we're all like, wow, that's scary.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Is a crazy sort of thing to kind of walk in on. Of, like,
That's so true.
you think of, like, the public skates of, like, truly insane people with knives on their shoes walking around, and we're going, there was a feather on the ice. He could have died. But
Yeah.
it is scary. It is scary.
No, it is scary. But at the same time, I'm like, have you seen the end of the show night in Sun Valley? He was fine.
Oh my God, yeah, where they have gasoline on the ice.
There's gasoline, and then there's like lightning bugs that are just like or moths all over the ice.
That's scary.
That
Let's
is
talk about
scary.
the women. Let's talk about the women.
Wait,
Yeah.
I have one more man from the free skate I want to call out. Does anyone know who it is?
From the free skate.
Yeah.
Vasilievs?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all.
He was a blast in the leader's chair too. Great attitude, brought the energy, did a sing along with us. Fun guy. He's so nice.
Yeah, I was out in the crowd for the sing along. That was so fun.
Yeah. We got down in the kiss and cry because I was interviewing him. And he said hello to me like we knew each other. And I think that was really my first time meeting him. But he was like so kind and genuine that I was like, oh my God. He's like,
That's
Ashley, how
sweet.
are you? I'm like, shut up and sit down because I only have 30 seconds, but I'm so good.
Wait, Ashley,
Sweet boy.
I think we talked about this briefly, and then we'll get to the women, but like, it was kind of so sweet and cute to meet so many of the skaters that I had
Yes.
never met before, like some of the
Same.
younger ones.
I mentioned this to you guys, I think, at some point, or maybe it was just you, Adam. But what I found really sweet, I go downstairs, I take Rosie backstage, and we're walking around, and we're back in like the skaters' lounge, and Hayen comes up to me, and she's like, "Can I take a picture with you?" And I was
Aw.
like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." And so she and I take a picture, and she cuts Rosie out of the frame because I'm holding Rosie on my hip, and then she goes, "Can I take a picture with your baby?" And I'm like, "Of course."
She wanted
And
separates.
then,
She didn't want one of all
Yeah.
three of you.
Separates.
but then there was like a group of like Wakaba came up and took a picture
Mhm.
with us. Sophia
Semeldelkina.
Semeldelkina. And then it just also kind of makes you realize in a very cute way that these are skaters that kind of watched us
They watched
as we were.
us, yes.
Yeah, and God, this is a good crop of skaters. Like good people,
nice.
sweet kids.
Yeah, they're nice
They're like
kids.
very nice.
Yes.
It makes
They're
me
very good kids.
Yeah, it makes me happy to cover them because they're just like they're so sweet.
Yeah.
At the reception that they had at like the
Mhm.
ISU Awards, I saw Scheideroff there, and I've known Ivan Regini, his coach, for like 100 years. We did like junior Grand Prix together.
My production team was obsessed with him.
Oh,
by
how
the
are
way.
you
They
not?
have-
How can you not?
They have no figure skating background, but they're like, that guy is cool.
Yeah.
He is.
And I was telling Mikhail, I was like, you were so good. I was like, you're one of my favorite skaters to watch. And he like took a big, deep breath. And he like looked at Yvonne, who was there. And he just started speaking in Russian to Yvonne, to like at me, so Yvonne could translate. And he was just so sweet. He was like, he wants me to tell you that he watched every single one of your programs, and any competition that you were in, and he loved your skating, and he's just so thankful that like you liked what he did, and it was like so
my
unbelievably
It's
sweet.
so
and then you
cute.
forget how young they are,
Yeah,
and
they're
then
so
how
young.
old you are.
Yeah.
I actually
You're like,
never
okay.
forget how old I am, but I do forget how young they are.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm like, I can't be that much older than them. And I'm like, oh, I'm 15 years
Yeah.
older than they are.
I mean, isn't Shidorov even younger?
Sarah, shut up. Do you. Are you the police?
She's Interpol.
Oh my God! Yeah, I'm Interpol.
Is
That's
it younger
they've been
than
trying
that?
to call me.
Is it
the
any
Yuzu
of your
fans have been trying to call me?
business?
Huh?
Yeah. I just said, is it any? It's none of your business how young he is.
Let's talk about
On
the
that
women.
note, yes,
Let's
that is
talk
our
about the
business.
women.
I want to start with an apology on
Ooh.
behalf of all three of us because we did not,
I might not feel sorry about this. What are
Just
you
wait.
apologizing for?
we did not almost at all other than when I drafted her, discuss Alyssa Liu in our preview episode.
We didn't.
I love that though.
I'm apologizing.
It
Mhm.
adds
Ashley's
to
not.
the mystique. No, it's because she is such a little weirdo, and I love that for her. And she was so relaxed at this event. I've never seen a skater step on world ice like that, with the exception of Maddie and Evan, who are going after their third world title. And she's not even in the mix of the conversation on our podcast. Skate like that. Are you kidding me?
I
She
mean,
was so relaxed.
that was the vibe before Worlds, was that like we don't sit and we don't go through the list and talk about every single person. We
Mm-mm.
go and we talk about what we think will be like major storylines. And I don't think we ever questioned that like Alyssa would be like in the mix somewhere.
Not like this.
No.
Not like this.
No,
I think
she
we were
was
all
the
thinking
mix.
top 10 in the mix.
Yeah, top
Yeah.
10. That's what I was thinking.
Like
No, she was
I was
number one
thinking
hit.
5th to 10th,
10th.
like within
Same,
that range.
same.
And so obviously we thought she'd be like in that mix, but it was the perfect storm of
Mhm.
everything. Like everything was absolutely the perfect storm. It was that she got a really nice score in the short program that arguably at the end of the night of multiple clean performances, most likely, very realistically, could have been 5th or 6th at the
Totally.
end of the night.
Yep.
And it was just, we saw skater after, not even favorite after favorite, making minor and major errors
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
then opened the door to not only have her be in first place after the short program, but to end the event.
Yes.
And when so many of the scores were dictated by the energy in the building, she was set up that if she did step up to the plate,
That place was ready to blow.
it would have
Yeah.
it would have been undeniable the moment that she created. That I still believe that like this was a lightning in a bottle moment, perfect timing all around.
And I think it's important to say, like, that is true. It was a lightning in a bottle. Everything had to happen. You can say that and not discredit what she accomplished. Because I feel like people
Agreed.
want it to be one or the other. And by saying it was a lightning in a bottle moment, some people feel like it takes away from that. And it's like, no, she still did it.
she still
No,
had
you
to
have
do it.
to do it.
She had to be clean.
do it.
Yes.
After what Cowrie
She-
did, she had to
she
be
had
clean.
to be clean. If she was not the squeaky and the cleanest we've seen her all season.
Yeah, and
maybe
I think,
ever since she was like
Maybe ever.
a baby.
Maybe ever.
yeah, and like I mean, look, like are there things that could have gone a different way if it's not in Boston and it's, are there like cues that show up? Maybe,
But you can't say because that's not what happened.
but that wasn't the situation. And by the way, like okay, let's say she gets, 2 cues. She won by 5 points. It's not,
yeah,
you
it's
know
not
what I
going to
mean?
make a difference.
It's not like she's, eked it out by 0.3 and,
Mhm.
the judges they decided that she would win. It's like, it's a 5-point gap because she did 2 clean programs and nobody else did.
You see Pogo basically saying like, no surprise, in Boston, she won. It's like, actually, if I were to choose an American girl who was going to win, it was going to be Amber. And then after that, it was going to be Isabeau. And then
Mhm.
after that, it would be Alyssa. So actually, like, while I'm sure it helps to have some of that like hometown magic going on, like,
Yeah.
she still did it.
I mean,
She
I'll
still did
say
it.
that there were some quotes from like Tarasova and Radionova and Pogorelaya, and they were all pretty mild of like, well, it's the Americans and it's in America. What do you expect? But like, they did. You can't really dig your heels too much into like what happened because a moment is a moment, right?
Right.
Like, it's the same sort of thing where it's like, I believe that like the energy in the building would have felt different if we were in Milan, and I think that like
Yeah, agreed.
maybe things would have felt a bit different. But like at the end of the day, when you look at the whole scope of the competition, Cowrie did a double flip triple toe, and that just slightly opened the door that if Alyssa had the skate of her life,
which she did.
she would end up behind because it's just that momentum. And Kaori was part of that momentum in the free skate. Like, she built it up. She got like us really started with the strong performances. And the women were, it was a great event. Like, it was really, really good. And you could tell that there was a lot of excitement because I remember when Kurakova skated, lots of like little errors, standing ovation.
Oh, yeah. I was happy for her too.
Me
That
too.
looked
I mean,
like-
because she's an enjoyable performer and she did it like, she did enough that like she didn't take it, nothing took away from her performance, but then you could tell like the audience was like ready to give it fucking up. Let's give it up for.
I want to know how that became a saying.
I think, you know, if I were nitpicking, which I am, I might have given Kaori the win in the free skate.
Me too.
Yeah.
And they didn't. So that it was a little like, okay, we're in Boston. But the overall win does not bother me for Alyssa. Like,
No.
she won the short program
Because
like, she
at
went in
the
with
end
the
of
lead.
the day, I agree that like in all fairness, you put those two free skates together, there's a quality that Kaori has.
Yeah.
That that Alyssa doesn't have. But does putting her in second in the free skate change the overall result? No. And I think
No.
as a judge, you know that. So you go, so what? I'm going to go with it.
I
you know,
mean,
'cause
I guess my feeling is like it should just be right. But it
I mean,
doesn't
it should just be right.
ultimately
But
matter.
if I'm a judge, I'm going to lean into the moment because I don't think it changes the integrity of the result. That's what I
Yeah.
think. So I'm going to go with it. I'm leaning into the energy. And I think that's sort of why you saw her win the free skate by what, 2 or 3 points?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't remember. But
It
yeah,
was- I
That's
mean-
right.
I don't.
I think arguably she could have gotten like a 138 or a 140 and not a 140.
Didn't Amber get a 138?
Yeah, she did. Something like
Let's
that.
talk about Amber,
Okay.
who I feel like we went in thinking would be in the place that
Was-
Alyssa is currently in.
I wasn't so sure.
Go on.
I think that like Amber has had incredible results. She had incredible results the entire season. And what I would have loved to see was like more confidence in the good skating that she was having. I think, did we see like monster steps forward? Yes, we did. And even in Boston, she had a good short program. She's the only woman trying a triple axel in the short program. And then she turned right around after that fall and did everything else the way that she was supposed to do.
Yep.
And she was, and I think that like there was so much pressure that she was putting on herself that she felt like she let down when honestly, she was still right in the mix
Yeah.
for any color of medal. At
Yeah.
that point, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, I mean, yeah, and that is like the giant step forward. Like the fight in the programs, I think, is a big step forward for her. It's just I feel so frustrated for her, you know, that we know the ceiling is higher. And the consistency, for whatever reason, whether it's, you know, confidence or whatever else it may be, like, is just not there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm frustrated on her behalf for her. And I'm sure she
I am
is
too.
frustrated.
But when you walk away from this event, you can't go, she blew it.
right. She got
Because
fifth in the world.
She was 5th at Worlds. Like, come on,
Right.
that's not like messing up on like the grandest stage of just falling short. I mean, I'm looking at this protocol right now. Like, the triple axel was stunning. The flip toe, super strong.
Mm-hmm.
She had that single axle in the double axle after the triple loop
Yeah,
sequence.
Whatever.
But like
yeah.
it was in the middle. So she
Yeah.
ends that jump with a double axle and the double flip, but then comes around with the triple loop. This is a strong skate.
No, it was.
This is a good skate. I mean, it's a 4th place free skate at Worlds.
Yep.
Like, let's not forget that.
Yeah. I think it's just, it's hard to go in. I mean, look at like the American who went in with the least pressure.
Amount of pressure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hard to be in the position that she was in.
No, I mean, it
And
is.
it sucks
but
to
you
be
know,
talking about a 5th place finish, like, because 5th is amazing.
Yeah.
I don't feel that like that like I don't feel that way because I think that this is kind of how she's been skating all year, but people have been skating worse than that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
that's
so
fair.
that's led her to those results.
It's shaking out kind of how it should have.
Kind of. Like
Yeah.
if Amber was to go clean, I think we all feel the same way that if Amber was to go clean, she is the closest to the cleanliness of a Cowrie.
Yeah,
Where you'd like,
quality-wise.
yeah. Thank you. That's
Totally.
the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Where it's like, that I see that easily edging out Cowrie.
Yeah, if she did 2 clean programs, for
Yeah.
sure.
Like I think she is very hard to beat if she
Yeah.
does the 2 clean programs, and I think that's what we see. We see the potential of
Yeah.
of that. But like 3 U.S. women in the top 5. I mean, the
Wild.
last time I remember that was like 2001.
Mm-hmm.
So here's my question. Are these the Olympic 3?
They made such a strong case for themselves that you're like, it's an uphill battle for Brady Tennell. It's an uphill battle for Sarah Everhart. But I think I'm really impressed with how Isabeau dealt with the pressure of like
Yeah.
coming here and skating the way that she did, and
I
to
agree.
have the mistake on the first element and then truly put it behind her. And it didn't like, you knew that it was over for her
Mhm.
like event at that point, but she didn't act like it for a second. Maybe when the music stopped, like
Yeah, right.
but not during the performance at all. It was like very professional. But what's so crazy is that I think it's, unless Alyssa has a disaster during the Grand Prix and at Nationals, to not send the reigning world champion
Right.
would be insane.
Yeah.
I think she has pretty much, I think, guaranteed herself a spot on that Olympic team.
Yeah.
And I think that like Amber and Isabeau have kind of thrown them without a medal at the World Championships, have thrown themselves into the mix of like, hey, Brady Tennell was getting great scores at 4 continents.
Yeah, but,
Sarah
like,
Everhart
you
just
know-
was a bronze medalist. Like,
I think it's Grand Prix season.
Yeah.
I think it's all going to come down to Grand Prix season.
Yeah, because it's sort of crazy to think that the one person on the team, and really the one in the world, basically, outside of a Russian neutral that might come, doing a triple axel, who won the Grand Prix final
mhm.
this past year, doesn't feel like a shoo-in. That's crazy. I feel like she has to have a disaster
But
to not go.
you can't have a triple axel in your program and not be doing the rest of your elements. And that is what she has consistently done. She ends up canceling out the triple axel with the mistakes that she makes. And that's where I think that's why she's put herself in the mix of everybody else instead of being like the clear, obvious
But
team
you know,
member.
I to now defend Sarah, and you know, Ashley, I love to defend you, but I'm gonna defend Sarah. And it's almost like, you know what? Even though we haven't seen those clean skates, what we have seen is that at the end of the day, she's sorted it out to be either on the podium or in the top 5 at like every like event that she's been in this season.
Yeah, I mean, she's had an incredible season.
So it is
I feel
really-
like Amber's
it's-
in the same situation as Alyssa. Not completely the same, but close. Of like, it's going to take a really rough season for Amber to not be on the Olympic team, to me.
But I'll
agree.
say when we talk about team event spots, like if we get to switch out ladies, because I'm assuming that the order in which they'll decide is like the dance will decide if they'll
So
switch
it'll
out
go
first,
It's
and then men.
Well, it depends on how you look at it, but they decide based on who has the quote best individual medal chance. So if you decide Ilya has the best, it doesn't matter. It's going to be dance and men get first right of refusal on a split.
Yes.
And if they both decide to split, then it's going to be like the Karen Chen situation of, you know, it's your body of work in the last 12 months that decides whether you are the woman. It's not about winning nationals. It's not about winning worlds last year. It's like a whole formula plus some of their like discretionary whatever. So there may not be a choice to make. It's going to be somebody has to
honestly,
have a good season.
I could see Evan and Maddie skating both portions. It might make more sense to them, like, or it might not. Like, it might be like we need to get our feet wet, or they might look at like the way that the scores lay out, and they could be like, it's very important to us that we have to win the dance event. Both, like, we cannot sacrifice that.
I could see them doing both and deciding that the team gold medal is really important to them, and knowing that they can add points that the next best team won't be able to add as many. But it's a tough schedule for the dance. It's like
the fastest turnaround.
Are they
right?
back to back pretty much?
Pretty much. There's a day in between.
Yeah.
So, you're doing your free dance for the team event, and then you get one day, and then you're doing your rhythm dance.
It's
what
tough.
did they do for the last team event?
The dance split.
They split between Hubble and Donahue and Chalk and Bates.
That's right. Yeah, so they haven't done it yet either.
Right.
No. In 2018, the Shibutanis decided to do
both.
To do both.
Yeah.
Which at that time, it was like all three American teams were so close that they felt like it was in their best interest to more face time, which ended up working out in their benefit.
Yeah, which Maddie and Evan could make that choice. I could also see, I don't know. I have no read on what Ilya would want to do.
Both.
Oh, both.
That's what I'm thinking. But, does he have, is a coach / parent saying, no, or high performance.
Oh, Ari is saying both.
Whatever, saying you need to do the short program and then you need to wait.
It is crazy because, Ilya's strategy always seems to be more is more.
Yeah.
So I can see him doing both. When really, like, another strategy could be, hey, dude, you're doing the short to get your feet wet in Olympic space.
Yeah.
And then you're taking a seat to soak this in before you get into the free of it all.
Yeah. I could see it going either way.
Yeah, it's interesting, but I think like for Olympic team, I see Amber on it, but for second American on, honestly, you know what? If I'm thinking of like the Olympic team event team, at this point, I'd have Amber do the short, Alyssa do the long.
That's what I think I would do too.
Yeah, because Amber has, I think because Amber has the triple axel, she's
that
almost setting herself up to like.
Well,
you're
even
on the
if
team event for a short.
She hasn't had a precedent of falling apart in the short program outside of maybe a mistake on the axle. And a mistake on the axle, but doing the rest of the program, she's not at risk to fall into like 10th. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not in the team event. Like she maybe ends up 4th or something.
No, a mistake on the axle at the Worlds here was still 67 points.
Right. But she was 9th, but that involved a lot of skaters from the same country. So you eliminate a bunch of those people that were ahead of her, and she's going to end up, with 67, could easily be 3rd or 4th in the team event.
Okay, she's 9th. Nina Pinzaroni, there's no Belgium. Hayan Lee, is there any Korea in the team event?
They'll probably make it, yeah.
Okay, so Hayan.
But one. Or Cheon or
Canada.
Gia Shin probably will do a program for them too.
Mm-hmm. Kaori Wakaba at that point.
Just one of those. Like you lose
one of them. Isabeau out. Mona Chiba out. Alyssa Liu out. This is a 3rd place program.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I agree. You have Amber do the short and you choose, someone who's a little more like, maybe not going to win the free skate over if Kaori were to do it, but
but
is
that's
going to be solid.
Isabeau being on the team makes a lot of sense too.
Exactly. I mean, yes, exactly.
I mean, I also think this is where I think about like someone like Sarah Everhart. If she is lights out all season and
Mhm.
I'm
somebody
telling
has,
you, if she has a good Grand Prix season, she is genuinely in the mix.
totally. And I can
And should
totally
be.
see her being great for the team event too. I don't know that she
Oh,
will
yeah.
have earned enough like in the body of work to actually
Mhm.
have
Yeah.
that opportunity, but she's someone that I would trust to go do whatever.
Yes.
She'll
But
get
you
the
know,
job done.
Yeah.
come hell or high
She'll stand
water,
up.
Brady Tennell is
That
not
too.
going to go down without a fight.
That too. Yeah.
There are 5 women who have a truly legitimate chance to be in the top 5 at the
Oh, yeah.
Olympics, the way that things shook out
Where's
this time to be
Ava
in the top
Marie
10.
Ziegler?
At
Because
the mall, Cherry Creek
Coming back.
Mall.
I mean, 2 years ago, not even a year ago, I was feeling like, okay,
She's
she
in
could
there,
make the Olympic
maybe.
team.
This is our
She's in the
girl.
mix. And now I
What
feel
do
like
we
I haven't
do?
seen her in a decade.
She's another one. Like, let's say
I
that
know.
she skates the way that she did at that last 4 continents that she was in,
You know what I
and
worry
she does
about
that
for
all
Ava?
season.
I worry about like a Ross Minor situation where you are like have a decent season but not that many assignments or whatever it
Mm-hmm.
is, and you like get second at nationals because you're amazing, but you just get passed over.
At that point, I get it for her though.
Agreed.
Because it's like, you listen, when they select the Olympic team, the reason that there's criteria is because in that room, it's not all U.S. figure skating officials.
Yeah.
There's U.S. Olympic officials that go into that room and they go, okay, pull up the criteria and pull up the names so that there's no funny business. Like,
Mhm.
I want to see who's matching up to here. And then you have to dispute, like, if you have like somebody's more qualified than other, like, explain that to me. But this is the reason you put forth this set of criteria. And so that there is no like legal ramifications on somebody suing of like, I should have been on that team. I did all of this. And then you put
Yeah.
your niece on the team. Like,
Right.
that's why this is there. So it's to protect like the athletes and the integrity of like the selection process.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a bloodbath.
It will be a bloodbath.
I'm so retired thinking about
Oh yeah.
all of this.
Yeah,
So
it makes me
retired.
feel like my chest tightening up, nervous.
I'm
Talking
so
about them.
anxious for these women.
Yeah, me too.
This is gonna be a heartbreaking event
100%. Yeah.
Mhm.
because 2 people are gonna skate so well and equally deserve a spot on that team, but like
Maybe
It-
more than
the-
2. Maybe
maybe more than 2.
we can see.
That's a good
But-
point. Oh, it's
Yeah.
gonna be sad. It's gonna be a sad event.
But it's going to be quite exciting. And also,
Yeah.
you don't know what it's going to look like throughout the Grand Prix with injuries, with whatever. Like, it might seem quite clear.
Yeah, by the time we get there, it might.
Yeah. Right now, it
you
feels
just
so.
never know.
No, you never know.
Yeah, I mean, people can pop up at Skate America a month before selection or 2 months before selection.
Yeah. Alyssa could retire again. Hey. Yeah.
Karen Chen could come back
Mhm.
And get fourth at Worlds.
Worlds
and get
in Boston.
fourth at Worlds.
Isabel Levito is the new Karen Chen, 4th at pre-Olympic Worlds.
Big shoes to fill.
Okay,
Yes.
Wakaba Higuchi, 6th place.
Okay. She has a hex on her. There's some.
What
Something
happened?
on her.
She's so good, and for some reason the judges are just meh about her. I don't
That's
get it.
what I mean. Like, there is some. She needs to do like some sort of
A seance.
Yes, like there is somebody put like I
Or
believe.
apologize to someone. Like, who did you
Yeah.
piss off?
I think we
Yeah.
should hashtag Wakaba apologize. You know what you did. 'Cause
Wakaba
we don't.
apologize.
Wakabagize.
Wakabagize.
Mm,
Because
It's too late to wakabagize.
it's never too late to wakabagize, actually. But there's something that like she is one of the best skaters like in the event. Like, she's phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, I think
And-
like quality wise, I put her third in this field,
Totally. I mean, there's something
maybe second. Like,
interesting. Like, there's something quite. I mean, I think Kaori's an amazing, powerful skater, but for me personally, I think when Wakaba can really let go, because she lets go in the last like minute of this program, and it's like, oh my God, I'm eating out of the palm of her hand. But for 3 minutes, I'm like, come on, girl, you're gonna get there. I know you're gonna get there.
Yeah.
Skating quality is great, and like the quality of what she's doing is
and
great.
I think Wakaba has the ability to perform and give you a memorable performance and a memorable program, probably more than even Kaori does.
Absolutely.
Like she's emotes more like on the level of like a Shoma. She can like really pull you in with the right material and everything. And I don't think that's necessarily a strength of Kaori's all the time.
I think that listen, Wakaba has been getting her feet under her this season. It's like she was injured last season, correct? Feet under her. You're sixth at the World Championships. Like, you're back. I think like her main focus, if I'm like giving her any tips, my main focus for her is like, that music is on, you're performing. You're smiling, you're dramatic, it's got to be from the top of the music, because if she's able to do that, then it's undeniable. But she has to be like so locked in to get the first few things done, and then she like lets go. But if she was to let go from the beginning, it would be this performance that you just like people can't do, that she can do it.
Yeah.
Like, and she can do it.
She can.
Yeah.
She can't give them an inch, because she gives them an inch and they take a mile and put her in sixth in the free skate components.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Give
Get
them an
real.
inch, they take 3
Well-
under rotations.
But the thing is, like, I feel that they're doing what they do to a lot of skaters where they haven't seen them for a season, so they're like, you have to build back up your GOE. But that game is so tired and stupid, because it's just like, are you not seeing the same skate that I am?
Well, and
Like,
she
why does
was
she have
at
to
the
earn that
Grand
back?
Prix final. It's not like she hasn't been anywhere, you know? Like,
Right.
she wasn't at Worlds last year, or actually hasn't been at Worlds, I think, in a couple of years, but she's been good this season. You know?
But it's that she gives the impression of like, I'm on my way back.
I'm back,
When
yeah,
like,
right.
you know who won't give that impression? Most likely is Luna. She's going to go out there in the nicest napkin she can tie around her top.
Tiny, tiny waist.
And
the nicest
she's-
bandana in Belgium.
money can buy. And she's going to perform the heck out of whatever she's doing. And maybe she'll make a few mistakes, but you'll never go, oh, she's
Right.
getting the wheels
she-
greased.
Luna's never tentative,
That's it.
never hesitant. And Wakaba can give you that impression.
But once she like, the thing is like, once she gets warmed up, once
Mhm.
the Lion King music kind of revs up and they turn that volume up, once Kate Bush starts playing, it's undeniable. It's like, no, like nobody can skate like her.
Yeah.
But she's
And
got to
yet-
do that from the beginning. If she's able to do that from the beginning, then I think she like launches herself into another stratosphere.
Yeah.
And again, I have a piece of music for her.
Moulin
would be-
Rouge.
She would.
So good at it.
She
She'd be
would.
so good at it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No, she would. So would Luna, by the way.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Oh,
Luna would eat
God.
that
up Moulin
hooker?
Rouge.
That hooker, she'd be so good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, obsessed with that girl. So excited to see her back next season.
She was-
Skating needs a little bit more like sex appeal. I miss that kind of energy on the ice. Like,
Mhm. Yeah.
And it's just nice to see like a mix of different kinds of skaters from different places. Like, I think that's why the men's event is the best event.
because there's
So many
they're all over the
characters,
place.
so all over the place, different strategy, because the tech content varies so much between man to man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Everybody goes in there with a different strategy and a different way of like, this is how I will succeed. And, you know, you don't see that so much in the women's event. So it's going to be, I really, really, really hope For me, Luna was like sorely missed in this event.
Very true.
Yep.
Shout out to Mona Chiba. Really happy for her.
Yes. Me
First
too.
world medal. Thought she was lovely.
She was very
I'm trying to think of any other standouts that we really want to bring some attention to.
I want to say that I really feel for Maddie Schizas, who finished 11th, and had she gotten 10th, Canada maybe could have tried for a second spot. And I know that you could see it in the kiss and cry that she realized it right when it happened.
Yeah.
But I also think Maddie skated as well as she has all season, certainly in the short program.
Very true.
Mhm.
Very true.
I mean, she was
she
sixth
was
in the
in
short.
the last warm-up, wasn't
Yes, she made the last group.
This was
Amazing.
something that we all said.
she? She was out on that ice, and for a second I forgot where she placed in the short program, and I was watching the practices, and I was like, what is Maddie Schizas doing out here?
practicing.
That's how good she was.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing about Maddie Schizas. If she goes to like a skating skills retreat and she just works on her skating quality and the way that she moves and takes some dance classes, it becomes a very dangerous place for all of these other women because she's got those squeaky clean big jumps. She's 3 feet tall, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
She
She's
barely
so small.
clears
Yeah.
the boards.
Yeah.
I was thinking that.
And the jumps are quite big. Like they are very big. And it's like if she were to just focus on the skating skills, the performance, if she were to get a really curated package of herself together, there's no reason why she's not in the top 5.
Yeah, agreed.
Agreed. It's going to get really crowded up there.
But she needs to do that. That's what's holding her back. It's just like the overall package.
But yeah, I feel like she handled the pressure of having to go, on her own well.
She did the
really
best she
well.
could do.
And,
yeah,
and
I agree.
I would say the same about Nina Pinzeroni. She's there. She has the pressure of if she doesn't earn the opportunity for 2 spots, she's probably thinking, I'm not going to get the 1. Or I
There
might
was a
not.
ton of
I'm going to
pressure
have to
on
fight
her.
for the 1. Now, assuming Luna can go earn the second spot, they should both be fine to go. But good for her. Like, that probably felt like a lot of pressure. And she skated really well.
Can we briefly talk about the exhibition?
I would love
You've
to
been
talk
waiting
about the
2
exhibition.
hours to do this. Yes.
By the way, multiple people at the live show that came up to me after said, we will listen to more long episodes. So
I will not record 2-hour episodes every single time. I love
me
you guys
either.
so much.
But
Well, me
I will
either.
riot. Wait, this is related to the women. Nina Petrokina's exhibition program.
You do need to talk
is this
about
the
you
murder
were
is
there.
program? The murder
Yes.
of
It,
Adam?
okay, she's giving me every single thing that I want because she's skating to Chicago. And not only Chicago, she's skating to Cell Block Tango,
Yep.
which is easily the best song.
Easily.
Mhm.
She starts off ice before she skates, because I'm ringside. Isabella Vito and a couple of kids I'd never seen before come out with cell phones and their lights are on and they're like swarming her. And I'm like, what are these children doing? They're not even in the shot. She is so committed to the bit. They're paparazzi. And she's off the ice. I love when someone starts off the ice.
Mm,
I
me
said this
too.
early in the season. I love it. She starts off the ice. She gets out. It's automatically like sexy program. I love a sexy program. She recruited, I believe she only did 3 men, but she recruited 3 men to kill. And one by one, she had a little like silky necktie and she killed them all. And then the last man that she employed for this crime was Adam Sao Fa, who was sitting in a chair, and she killed him in the chair. He flings back theatrically, like ass over tea kettle, and stays dead for the rest of the program.
Yeah, like didn't move.
His legs were above his head.
The
I'm
picture is
sure-
so funny.
Uh-huh.
I stopped watching her because I was like, he's gonna stay there the entire time. His head must have been pounding with blood rushing to his head.
Double its size.
Oh my God. It was so good. I want her to do a short program with that kind of energy. If she does that, I will be her #1 fan. She got off the ice and I immediately said, like your program.
Good girl.
Yeah, I want that kind of skating.
I mean,
a murderous woman?
You know what I love
Yes.
about that is that she had to foster a sense of community before her skate. She needed
Wait, it's
to.
so funny you say this because I immediately thought, I don't think I could recruit enough people.
No.
Because I was so shy. Like, I wasn't, like,
Yeah.
talking to a lot of people.
No, that means that she told.
They'd all be gay men.
You'd have to.
It'd be you, Jason Brown.
And that's it.
That's it, yeah. I was about to, like, out another person and then realize I should
Who?
probably
Oh, I
stop
can't wait
naming
to hear who you
gay
were going
men
to out.
in this
Maybe
sport.
Paul. Paul would do it. Maybe. No, Paul
Paul
would be
would-
focused. Like that's the thing. Paul would be getting ready for his dramatic performance with Piper.
Right,
That's
he's like, I
true.
have to put on this face paint. Can I
But me and Jason would
Pass?
feel some sort of obligation to like we have to
die
help
for
her.
me? Yeah. This hag is
But
calling
she-
us into
Nina
action.
Nina Petrokina had to foster a sense of community, and she had to approach a group of people to get paparazzi and murder victims.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was a little bit like, do you speak Russian? And the boys were like, da. And she's like, come this way. And then
I'm going to murder you.
I'm going to murder
Not
Broadway.
on
guilty.
Broadway. Oh my God. So good. That was kind of the highlight for me. And then it's very interesting watching skating with non-skating people because they loved Shiderov's Panda program.
That's amazing.
Great.
Loved it.
Mm.
Meanwhile, I was like, did he just hit someone with like a poo bomb? And they're like, yeah, that's
Yes.
hilarious. And I'm like,
Yeah, poo bombs
know.
do really well in the non-skating sector.
Comedic
Yeah.
gold.
with
Comedic
the
gold
straights.
with
the
Gen
straights
Pop.
tend to love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But overall, I feel like that was a beautiful event. I loved the facelift that the event got. I thought it was just like a stunning event visually, and we got some really great skating.
Yeah. You know
was
what?
cool.
Ashley, at our next episode, when it's just you and me and Sarah's on vacation,
Yeah.
we should really talk about
The
the
production.
way that this event was
Oh yeah.
presented. I'll say my one little piece about it right now of like, this was one of the best live events I've
Mhm.
ever seen. And I could see that there was some hesitation towards like the winner's chair online. But I have to tell you that like
No, it was
in
great.
person,
It was so good.
it works so well because you can see it.
You know
and-
what's at stake. You have a physical representation of what's at stake.
Yes.
I don't think it's mean.
It's not
If
mean.
anything, I saw a lot of skaters congratulating each other. I saw a
Yeah.
lot of
and
like,
some walk-offs.
hugs. Oh, the Italians. Oh my God.
But that's
So
part of
fast.
it.
But that's
But
part
that,
of it.
we need that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, not everything in this world has to be like so squeaky clean and nice. Sometimes for drama, you need a little bit of that. And there's
Sometimes
a line,
you're frustrated.
obviously.
Like, and you don't
Come
want
on,
to give
I
I
somebody
think
a
it's
hug.
get
good. I think
real.
it's good to see how much an athlete cares, as
Yeah.
long as it's healthy. This isn't like the Russian women at the last Olympics. It's not that.
It's a competition, for God's sake, you
Yeah.
guys. Like, come on. It's a competition, and that's just the way it goes.
And I'm already okay with hugs. I'm already okay with congratulations and hugs.
You're
That's
As you
finally
all
mentioned
okay with it.
At
you
the
mean.
live show.
the live show.
All
I
it took was
changed my mind.
39 men's short programs to break you down.
Oh, then that'll do it.
But yeah, it was cool. Like that I feel like sometimes we, because skating is so personal to the athletes, because it's also an art and it's so much more, it feels so much more personal if someone or a couple or a pair is out by themselves and it's not a team sport, that it can feel like, I don't know, like you're not supposed to make it me versus you.
Mm.
Like, but it is. That's what it is.
And just so
You're
you
trying
know,
to
they were
win.
not alone. I was going up, I was chatting with them, I was making sure they had their water, I was letting them know that they could take their shoes off. They were never just like totally isolated. They had me, their worst nightmare.
Yeah, I'm saying though, like in the arena when they're doing the like, okay, you know, amazing, whatever, like, you know, but will it go ahead of Denis Vasilyev's, who they're showing, and they're kind of building that for the crowd? I feel like we've never seen that in skating.
No. And
Oh,
also
the like voice of God.
Yes, exactly.
So when they asked us to do that, I was just like, this makes sense. The audience never gets to hear what they need to go ahead. Do we think that they did enough? Like that
Yeah.
drama, you need to build the tension.
I'll
Yeah.
say, Ashley, like when you told me what your job was going to be, I was like, I'm really interested to see like what this
Yeah.
will sound and feel like.
And it was totally
Um,
different than I imagined, by the way.
Me too.
Same.
Yeah.
Me too. It was completely different. And at the first time I heard it, I was like, wow, you know, you have to do a lot. And then as the week got going, I fell in love with it. I thought it was amazing. One, just like huge shout out to you. You and Ben were like
Thank you.
MVPs of the World Championships. Like you were the like beating heart of every event. It was amazing. And now like having a full step away from it, we're like almost a week removed. It made every other skating event feel like it was done in a haunted house.
Yeah. I
Even
hope
when
that
it's
they
full.
choose to
This
like continue
makes a-
this.
It makes a huge, I'm telling you guys, it makes a huge difference in the moment, in
Yeah.
the arena. It reads completely differently on TV. It reads exciting. It doesn't read as like, listen, a live figure skating competition is not a country club. Like, you
No.
know, you
and
go
we
out,
need
you
to
do
get
your
out
thing.
of that.
We're silent.
It needs to feel like a show.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to
So.
feel like a competition, a live
Yeah.
event.
Yeah.
And it was, and you know, it's the back to the winner's chair quick. I know I said I'd say one thing. I can't shut my mouth. You guys know that. I'll pay you guys a fine. The back to the winner's chair, it's like, it's one thing to like show the Jumbotron and it flashes up and you see like that green room of the top three.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go, oh, you're on. And everybody puts their cell phone down.
No, it's
And it's like-
Yeah.
totally different.
But it's behind stage, and it's like you might as well put on CNN or something else on the screen, or like a picture of your dog. Like it's
Yeah.
it's not relevant to like what's happening, but the Jumbotron being used as this is just so you can see what's happening closer makes a
Yeah.
huge difference in arena.
Well, you know what it came from? So the woman that they brought on to help with this production, so she has experience with like Red Bull and things like that. And
Mhm.
she was a competitive downhill skier. Skiing has leaders chairs, which I wasn't aware of, and she
Yeah.
competed internationally. And she was saying one of the highlights in her career was sitting in the leader's chair for, a couple of athletes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also adding in some prestige for athletes that wouldn't normally have a shot at
Right.
sitting,
For someone like
Exactly.
Denis Vasilyevs,
being
who has
he
an
got to
amazing
sit in
free
that
skate,
leader's
and he
chair
gets to
and
sit
be
there
appreciated.
Yeah, totally.
I think it's great.
Yeah, they do
Well,
that in
that's-
skiing events. And skiing events are also like they have the big voice of God announcers that are like
Mhm.
making a big deal as someone is coming down the hill for the crowd, because you can't, that's even more important there because you can't see them at the top
Yeah.
from the bottom.
Mm.
You have
Yeah.
to watch the screen and listen to what the announcer is saying about it. And it reminded me a little of like the walkout tunnel. I think I told you this, Ashley, but it reminded me of the way that Gymnastics Worlds does like a big USA LED board when they announce the US team, or they do a
Well,
big LED
the guy was
board.
coming from gymnastics, so I think it's the same person.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
makes total sense.
And so good. It's just so engaging. It's so interesting. Adam and I will break it down more next week. But you guys, we did a 2-hour episode. I am honored to have partaken with you. We've been on this podcast for so long that I am not even joking. I think I have turned the curve.
Turn the
with my
corner of your
Norfolk-
disease.
turn the corner of my norovirus.
Yeah, I think you have turned the curve, actually.
I've turned the curve. I have puked twice during this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
there's
now,
been one or two parts where Ashley just kind of got up and then inserted herself back into the conversation effortlessly, I
Yeah.
will say.
Yeah.
but I'm sitting up now. I wasn't sitting up at the start of this. So I
That's
think what I
true.
really needed was to talk with my friends for 2 hours about figure skating.
And that's usually
And you
all I
did.
need.
Mm-hmm.
and
just
it's
a
time
couple
well
hours.
spent.
It was.
It's really great.
What a great episode, you
Ugh.
guys. And Ashley, again, congratulations on winning the world championships.
Congratulations
It
to
feels
you,
good.
Ashley, and to the
Yes.
city of Boston for being, I mean, they need to
Phenomenal
hold more
hosts.
events in that arena.
Well, this is why I moved there. I could just tell it was a
To
good
host
sports
Worlds
town.
in 2025.
Good sports town, yeah.
Mhm.
I was gearing up for my gig 6 years early.
Yeah.
And oh
Sounds
boy,
right.
did you.
Oh boy, did I know. Well, next week, Adam and I'll be back on.
There's still
chatting.
more to.
Maybe we'll do some mailbag stuff too.
Yeah. That sounds
Yeah.
great. Our
Some-
favorite thing to do.
Some actual
Yeah.
mailbag. We have
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
leftover mailbag from last time we asked for mailbag, so
Yes.
Fantastic.
you guys should
Sarah,
have
tell the people
stuff.
where you're going on vacation.
I'm going to St. Lucia to celebrate my mom's 60th birthday. So I'm going on a family vacation with
Happy
my
birthday,
family.
Carrie. Shout out to Carrie, a listener
Alex
of
and
the
I
pod.
went there.
Big
Alex
shout
and I
out.
went there vacation after Olympics, and it was one of the best trips we've ever been on. It was amazing.
I've never
the
been.
People
I'm
are
super
so
excited.
kind. You're gonna have a blast.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And happy birthday
Oh my
to
God,
my mom,
enjoy.
who may or may
Happy
not listen to
birthday.
this. I don't know if she would actually make it through a 2-hour episode.
I don't know if she'd make it past the 2-hour mark because now we are over that.
Yeah. Yeah. And on that note, congratulations,
We'll see you next week.
everyone, on the
Yeah.
World Championships. Mostly us.
Yes.
For getting
Goodbye,
through them.
everyone. We'll see you next week.
Bye.